Yo, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 710 Reviews UK, and we are back with part 3 of the FTP drop. And we have here, as you can see, that we just kind of get them all in my hands, we have 4 vapes. These are the tier 3 vapes, so these are more sort of like your sauce vapes, your diamond sauce vapes and all that sort of good stuff. And we have Gelato Dream, which is what we will be starting off. So yeah, we have Gelato Dream right there. We have a Skittles sauce vape. We have a Georgia pie, as you can, Jesus Christ, if it wants to actually, I think it, as you can see. And then we also have a Gushers as well. So 4 really interesting flavors, but like I said, we'll jump straight into the Gelato Dream. So yeah, so we have the Gelato Dream here, and I wanted to start off with this one first because I will be sort of straight up with this. The Gelato Dream and the Georgia pie, while are nice, are really not my favorite if I'm honest. But I did speak to FTP about this, and I believe it was done because it is a mixture of like diamond sauce and HTFSE, I think it is. And they lent more towards that side rather than the sauce side, so it essentially has more of the terps and stuff. But this one's really sweet, like almost sickeningly sweet in my opinion and stuff. So I'm not the biggest fan of this. It's still nice and stuff, like, and as you can see, like I've clearly smoked it with like no real issue. But just overall, it really hasn't been my favorite out of the vapes. If I'm being quite honest, this and the Skittles one are probably the 2 worst vapes I've had from FTP. But you're not always going to get a 1010 vape. But the cross on Gelato Dream is Gelato 41 cross Loud Dream. I've never heard of Loud Dream before, but everybody knows Gelato 41, especially if you've been smoking for anything recently. Absolutely fire strain. So I'm expecting, you know, sort of vanilla-y gassiness going on, creaminess, and then from what I've read about and stuff, I'm expecting sort of sour fruitiness as well. But we'll jump straight in. As always, people, we are vaping at 2.9 volts. That is the standard. So really good vapor production, like all of FTP's vapes. And it is sweet, it's very sweet, it is really vanilla-y, but it's like overwhelmingly sweet if I'm being honest. I don't really get any fruitiness, it really sort of tastes like you're smoking like a really strong vanilla sweet. And it's not bad, it doesn't irritate your throat in any way, it doesn't get your chest in any way, but yeah, it's too sweet for me and stuff. It's one of those sort of vapes where like after a few pulls you're like, right, okay, like I probably need something else a little bit more savory, so to speak, to kind of like offset it a little bit. Nice, but maybe not one that I would probably get again. So now we are moving on to the Skittles sauce. As you can see, this is kind of like a little bit more like not evenly spread, and that's because I didn't realize this, it had fallen down. So it's been sat on its side for a while, which is a real shame, and I really hope that hasn't done anything to the coil or anything. But Skittles, I don't think I really need to explain much about that. We all know what Skittles is like. It is the modern terp. So I'm expecting sweet, fruity notes. I'm expecting, yeah, a lot of fruitiness to be honest and stuff. But this, you know, with Skittles and stuff, you can get like a spicy Skittles, you can get an earthy Skittles, and you get the typical more sweet Skittles. So which does this fall into? So I really think that the Skittles and the Gelato Dream one taste very similar. They both just kind of have this really overwhelmingly sweet sort of like flavor to them, or terpene to them. That's just, it's almost too rich. Like, you know, when you have like a really rich chocolate like pudding or whatever, and you're like, fuck me, like I need something savory to get rid of this sort of like sweetness in my mouth, like crisps or whatever. This is kind of the effect that these vapes have. Now I know that the Skittles sauce and the Gelato Dream sauce, they were just test runs. I'm pretty sure he's kind of changed the recipe behind these now. So what I'm saying in this review now could be completely pointless because he may not be running this one anymore, but I still need to say it, do you know what I mean? And yeah, so like these are nice, it's very sweet, it's very smooth, really good vapor production, but really not one for me, unfortunately. So we are back now with the Georgia pie one. As again, as you can see, I've vaped over half of this. I've had these for quite a while now. I just really haven't had time with the Underdog Cup to kind of get round to these. But Georgia pie is a cross of Kush Mints and Gelato. I had to look at my notes then because I'm not going to lie, I could not remember. So I'm expecting berry flavours, fruity sourness going on. So let's jump in. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Mate, this Georgia pie one, it reminds me of a sweet. It reminds me almost of like a fruit salad from when you were a kid. Like those old sweet shop sweets and stuff. Like, oh my God, like this one, it's so pleasant. It's so sweet, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet like the other two previous ones. It's very sweet and definitely has more of that sauce sort of terpene in it. But it's so pleasant. I really like this one and stuff. Like, it's so pleasant, man. It really does have like I say, like a fruit salad taste. It tastes like I'm smoking or vaping a fruit salad sweet. Like, it's absolutely brilliant. So we are now on to the final vape, people. This has been a crazy experience with FTP, I must admit. We have the oh no, this is not the Georgia pie. This is Gushers. I don't know what the fuck I'm on about. I just did Gushers. But let's jump in and see what she's saying. Holy shit. So the cross on Gushers is Gelato 41 again, and Triangle Kush. I was about to go fucking check my note then. Triangle Kush. So again, another one that I'm expecting sour fruitiness and stuff, but then I would also expect like a bit of a sort of like typical sugary cookie vibe going on. But when you vape it, I don't necessarily get like a cookie vibe. It's more sour fruit with then an absolute slap in the face of like the sweetest fruit you've ever had in your life. This is something I can really say about the 4 tier 3 ones that I were given. They are all incredibly sweet. So if you really don't like a sweet profile or anything like that, I probably wouldn't go for these and stuff. But if you're just out and about medicating, there's no way on this planet anyone's going to know that what you're smoking is THC, because it is so sweet. Like, you just don't get any sort of like weedy sort of vibe with it. But when I say sweet and stuff, like, I don't mean like a really artificial sweet or anything like that. It's just a lot more of whatever terpene has been used has been added in, and it just takes it to that sort of next level. But honestly, I'm really tied between the Gushers and the Georgia pie being like my favorite one, because they both have kind of a similar profile on them. They're both very sweet and they're both very pleasant, but I think the Gushers kind of takes it a little bit, because while it is still very sweet, it's not got all sweetness. That sourness sort of comes in initially before the sweetness sort of takes over, so you do get like a more of a varied terpene, I would say. So I think I maybe would put this one actually at the best one of the tier 3s. But that is all 4 of the vapes done. That was quite the experience. I'm feeling pretty fresh right now, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, absolutely amazing drop from FTP. As always, he has been nothing but fucking good to this channel. We appreciate him very much. We still have 2 more videos to come from FTP. We have a live resin video, and we also have a Piatella video. But the Piatella video, I'm going to do a whole fucking thing on it of what Piatella is, because it's still kind of new for a lot of people. I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you were smoking, let me know what you were smoking. We'll be back next time for another episode of 710 Reviews UK.